So that's that. You know, it's a constant dance and sort of a philosophical forbearance and understanding that these companies have a lot to do besides send us financial reports quarterly, but that is the contractual agreement. And so we kind of try to be understanding, but it's very hard to get a handle on where we're at with forbearance without those reports. And the subcommittee meets endless hours, it seems, sometimes to find that reports are missing. Jay assured us he would get his in. Loan guarantee policy discussion.
If the EDA would be open, I think we ought to swap 4 and 5 since Tom's here.
I'd say let's do that.
Sure, no problem at all. Loan forbearance requests, I guess we have G-Force. Tom, you wanna? I'll just say that we met with Tom a week ago.
Yep.
And considered a forbearance request and exit plan for forbearance that the subcommittee, the consensus of the subcommittee was that we needed more information on the exit plan, perhaps a little narrative. I know Tom submitted a narrative, but I haven't seen the latest quantifiable goals and milestones that help us to gauge the progress. One thing I will add before I turn it over to Tom to talk to us is that one thing that's jumped out at us is we were looking at goals and milestones for one of several subsidiaries of G-Force. G-Force is a quite diverse company now, and so one thing we're trying to do is get our heads wrapped around that, and it is complicated.
Well, and you get into, and actually since last week we've set up a new subsidiary that we're going to go into 5 new industries, launching those on Monday. Since the meeting we had a new person start today on the print floor. We found somebody from Winona that was willing to come here. And we've got a new person starting on Monday again. So, and we've interviewed, another person interviewed pretty well today. So we think we're starting to find the people we need. It does get a little, with the subsidiaries, it gets a little bit complicated because some of that's done for tax reasons, some of it's done for investment reasons. That doesn't necessarily mean. So that's why in the information that I gave you, I bring it over to a consolidated, because the companies do business with each other. So as in any consolidated group, you can't just add up and say this is our revenues, they're doing $3-4 million, because some of that's intercompany. That's what the line was with the eliminations, all the intra-company stuff. So in reality, what you have is in G-Force. G-Force is the parent company. G-Force is the one that owns the technology. The new company, Main Street Ecom, will house the 4 new ones. We're coming out with Rise Up Christian, Growler Time, The Race, I can't think of them all off the top of my head here. I don't work in that department necessarily all the time, but those are all combined into one. They license the technology from G-Force,
And it's called
Main Street Ecom LLC. Part of it is they are a little different than Ridge Road. Ridge Road is a more complex because of the diversity that has, you know, in churches, we don't, in Ridge Road, we are going to start sending out those direct-to-you videos. I don't think church, you know, like we talked we don't see direct-to-you emails out. Like I said, the committee, some of the ministers got a little upset, we could take their half-hour sermon and put it down to 3 minutes to the important stuff and send it out. But, you know, so it's, and then in the outdoor industries, there's so many third-party products. We are starting to get those into the building right now. We need to fence off particular areas. To do that in the church, in the growler time, which is breweries, brew pubs and so forth, in the backstage, which is musicians. We have a number of musicians that have contacted us if they have a couple CDs and so forth, but that doesn't take up a lot of space. You know, in the Ridge Road outdoor, we have ground blinds and stuff like that coming in. That's going to take up much more space. So it's a little more complex. That's why we've separated it out. Also, there are some industries, you know, it's a little more difficult to mix church and outdoors. You know, the music and the outdoors kind of go together, at least on the countryside. But that's why we a separate company. G-Force will own 90% of it. We have gone out and we've unfortunately had to sell off a little bit of Ridge Road. We have one unit yet left, so we got another call. So that's selling at a little less than 1% for $25,000, so a $2.5 million valuation. Going right now. What we have done with Main Street is we have a bank that will give us a working capital line if individuals put in a CD. So they've been putting a CD in that bank to guarantee the loan. The bank is paying a 0.5% interest. We are paying an additional 6% interest to those that do that. Plus they get, for every $10,000 they do, they get 1% of Main Street. So it was a way that we could get the working capital that we needed to continue to move forward here. And you know, if you guys want to put a CD in the bank and that we can borrow against, we'll pay an extra 6% interest. So that's where we're at. We continue to move forward. If anybody was in there today, the print shop was going wild. The orders continue to come in, and that's, I tried to write in here, basically what we're asking for is forbearance, because I don't have the logarithm down, but as we can add more stores, online stores, it generates more business, and the store builder, we're getting down. It used to be it took could build 3 a day. Now we're down to one person building about 3 to 4 a day, and it'll get a little better as we get a little more automated.